Yeah, so my wife recently signed up for that Ancestry.com, and she's been just going to town on this thing. She's been finding out information, about her side of the family, about my side of the family, seeing where she came from and her family tree, and seeing where I came from and mine. And I tell you what, it's humbling seeing, where your family came from, where they started from. On my side, I found out actually my last name is not spelled the way that originally it was. When my family on my father's side immigrated here, they had changed their name because they thought it sounded different. Then I found out that on my mother's side of the family, like where exactly we're from. I got to see Ellis Island cards and the registry showing their name and signature on it. My grandfather's like draft cards, enlistment cards, everything like that. Just these documents that come out with it is crazy. The amount of information that's on there. Yeah, no, it's crazy. If anyone out there gets a chance to get some free time and gets a chance to sign up for one of those, even if it's one of those week or two free trials, just to see what's out there, and even just for immediate family and grandparents, great grandparents, finding some of that information is just amazing. Yeah, definitely check it out. Anyway, diving into topic of today. Topic of today is just minding your own damn business. All right. So I think where this comes from is just, as parents in today's society, instead of us being with each other, supporting each other, there's just so many people are just against one another. And I think the society that we build through social media, I'm sure, is not helping it. But I'll tell you guys a story. So back a couple years ago, Addie must have been maybe 2-3 years old at most. Back then, Tara was working overnight, so she was sleeping for the good part of the day and the evening. When I'd get home from work, she'd go to bed, get a few hours sleep, and then head to work. So during that time, obviously, I took Addie and we hung out. And in this particular day, I decided I wanted to try to do a little bit more and take advantage of the time while Tara's sleeping, get more done for the house. So me and Addie went grocery shopping. And taking a 2-year-old grocery shopping, it's 6:30 at night. So it's getting closer to bedtime. That particular day, she was up fairly early, 6 o'clock, which back then for her was early. So anyway, we were going to the store. She's good for most of the store and whatnot, which for the most part she is anyway. Then we get to the checkout line, and by this time it's pushing 8 o'clock, 8:30. She's been up since 6. She asked for something. I tell her no. And just that's beginning the crying meltdown. I have to hold her. She won't go in the cart. She's crying. I'm trying to cash out, pay, get through the groceries so I can get out of there, get home, and get Tara up for bed or up for work. So as we're sitting there dealing with this, as I'm handling with Addie, trying to get her to calm down and trying to finish up my grocery shopping here. I have this family behind me. I think family of 4, if I remember right. We have mom, dad, and 2 little kids. And the little kids are sitting in the car, very well behaved, just playing amongst themselves, very quiet. It's great. It was nice to see. But then all of a sudden, I see behind me the father just shakes his head, and I overhear him say to the boy's mother there, "Thank God that our kids don't do that. Thank God our kids are actually well behaved in the store." It's like, I don't care if you're goddamn Mary Poppins. Your kids are gonna have rough days, right? So you're gonna have days where your kids are great, and then towards the end, in this case, they're overtired. They're having a little bit of a breakdown. They're in the store. They're not getting what they want. She's 2 years old, for God's sakes. Like, I can't expect her to have a perfect attitude every single day. Like, that's just absolutely ridiculous. So, I'm dealing with that. And obviously at this time, I'm just kind of starting to get out of my bad mentality, that hothead. my kid's with me. I'm not about to make a scene, confront anyone, or create a fight inside a grocery store with my 2-year-old, 3-year-old watching me. That's not it. So I ignored it, just kept on going. But why did something like this even have to happen? Why do we as parents have to judge what others are doing? Like, that's just ridiculous. Everyone's gonna parent their own way. Every kid is different. The way I parent Addie, the way I parent Gracie, the way my wife does, is gonna be completely different compared to what my next door neighbor does, compared to, heck, even my brother does. My brother and his wife. They're different parents to their kids than we are to ours. That doesn't mean they're bad parents. That doesn't mean we're bad parents. It's just the way that we parent our children. All of our children are still growing up well behaved. Everyone's different, right? So I don't know, there's something that kind of sticks out of my head here. Not anything that bothers me. I don't hold a grudge, not anymore anyway. I have a lot more important things I need to worry about than some dickhead father in Walmart sitting there judging me because my 2-year-old's having a breakdown at 8 o'clock at night in the store. All right, so I don't know. So anyway, I mean, bringing this back to like social media here too, like I mentioned in the beginning, in today's society, social media is not helping this cause whatsoever. Social media can be a great thing. It could be, if you choose the content right and who you follow, who you're friends with, social media can be a fantastic tool to help you grow as a person, to help you stay connected with friends and family, help you mend relationships as you become closer with friends or family. It could also be the very opposite. It could also tear apart relationships. It can create fighting, as I'm sure you've all seen on there. People fighting in the comments. I'm right, you're wrong, on and on and on. My wife, when Gracie was born, she joined this mommy milk page or something like that. I don't know, this breastfeeding page for like advice, tips on breastfeeding, because she didn't breastfeed with Addie. Addie was just formula fed, so we wanted to try it with Gracie, and Tara wanted to try it with Gracie, which I'm fine with. That's something between her and Gracie that she wanted to do, which she did, and very well so far, so doing good. Anyway, so she joined this mommy milk page for tips and advice as like a support group for breastfeeding mothers that, you can ideally, the idea of a page like this is where you can post on there of looking for advice and, hey, here's my situation, what did you guys do in it, whatnot, and try to get positive feedback, encouragement, motivation when you go through frustrating times with breastfeeding, because as I've easily seen with my wife, it's not always easy doing that every single day. Well, anyway, so the comments on this page, so when Gracie was just a couple weeks old, she wasn't gaining enough weight, so we were told we have to supplement. So we did breastfeeding for this feeding, 2, 3, 4 hours later when she's hungry again, a bottle this time, and do every other to make sure she's gaining the weight that she needs, which she did. She got her bottle, she gained weight, life was good, right? Well, when it first came out, you put a post on there asking for advice, like, what did you guys do in this case? The comments that come through here from some of these mothers, oh my God. You see comments like this. If someone puts up a post about, has anyone supplemented at night so that I can get a little bit of sleep and my husband can take a feeding, or anything like that, and all of a sudden you get this wave of comments coming in saying how men are trash, fathers are trash, they're not good for anything, don't worry about it, you could just take care of it, he's not going to get up at night anyway, on and on and on. And then you get another wave of comments coming through saying, just keep on breastfeeding, don't listen to the doctor, your baby will be fine, formula is terrible, and so on. Like, you come to this page for motivation and for advice, not for you to get ripped on for what's happening in your life. You know, why are we as parents just sitting there trashing each other for every single thing we do? My God, like, you end up having to leave some of these pages. But that is the beauty of social media in today's society, is that no matter how frustrated you get for what you see on your timelines, on your feeds, what have you, you have 100% control over what you see on there. If you don't like seeing the posts or the comments that are coming through a group, if they're not what's motivating you and what's helping you progress as a person, if they're causing you stress seeing this, there's an unlike button. There's a unfollow button. You have 100% control over what you see, what the content you get on social media is. What did my wife do the next day? She left the page. Simple as that. Now, back, if you guys remember from my first podcast, I talked about how Addie had tested positive on her initial test for cystic fibrosis, which I don't know if I ever clarified on that, and if I didn't, I'm sorry. Addie does not have cystic fibrosis. She's just a carrier of it, thank God, so that's good. But for us both being carriers, every baby that we have a 25% chance that they will have cystic fibrosis. So during the pregnancy with Gracie, we were faced with a couple of decisions based off of, certain prenatal tests, which come with some risks. And if you get positive, what are you going to do? I don't really want to do that, as I said in my last podcast. So during that time, though, we both were part of a cystic fibrosis support group for parents that either are carriers or have children that are carriers or have the disease, for people to kind of come for advice. Kind of same thing as what the mommy milk cage is. I'll be damned if I put up a post asking, what did you guys do in this situation when you already knew you were carriers? Did you guys do testing or anything on that? What are the answers that I got? Nothing to do with what I asked. The questions that I got, or the answers that I got, were, why are you on this page? You need to get off of this page. This is a page for only people that have cystic fibrosis, not that have a chance of getting cystic fibrosis. It's all on the same freaking subject. Asking for a little bit of advice about what you guys did before the baby was here. What testing did you guys have? What were your options? Out of that page. Don't have time for that, right? I have a lot bigger things that I'm doing in my life and that we have going on in our life that I'm not going to deal with that. That's not something that I need to deal with on a daily basis. You ask a question and you're freaking crucified on the cross just because you don't fit their ideal parent. Like that, I don't know. It's frustrating when you see it, but again, a quick, easy unfollow. You don't like it, get rid of it. You see a friend on Facebook that keeps posting all this negative crap on there, unfriend. Easy as that. I don't really have a huge friends list on my private Facebook. Probably going to stay that way. I don't really like to deal with a lot of that. On the flip side, though, there are a lot of pages out there that are really good. There's a lot of friends you can have that are very big positive influences that you see their posts on there, and they're great. They motivate you to keep on going. Fitness pages, a lot of those are fantastic. You go on there and you see people posting up their progress and whatnot and what recipes that they're making. Those are great resources that you can use to keep yourself motivated, to help keep yourself accountable. Social media can be a very good thing as long as you use it the right way, right? In the end of the day, we need to build each other up, not drag each other down. We're all in the same race here. But in the end, there's not going to be a winner or a loser. It's just, in the end of the day, we're raising the adults for tomorrow. if I'm asking for advice on something, if you have experience or knowledge on this, constructive criticism is fine. But don't just drag you down and tell someone that they're a terrible parent because their kid's having a breakdown in Walmart. Like, oh, Jesus, people. Like, listen, no one is a perfect parent. I have a freaking website here that is called the Dad Den. It's about parenting and life. Am I a perfect person? No. Am I a perfect parent? Absolutely not. There's a lot of mistakes that I've made in the past. There's a lot of mistakes I continue to make, but I'm learning, just like everyone. And that's not because I was a parent young. It's just because I'm a parent. You can't tell me you're 30 years old and you're a perfect parent either. If you tell me that, I'm going to call you out on your bullshit, because that's not a thing. You know, no one knows everything. I don't know everything. That's why I'm continuing to learn. You know, and what we do as parents, this is what works for us. I don't care if it doesn't work for you. Things that we do works for us. You know, as my wife was a working mother and we were both working outside the household, we managed to have opposite shifts where I worked in the morning, she worked overnights. We made it work for us. The amount of backlash that she got from certain people for not being a stay-at-home mother. What? I'm sorry. There's not a whole lot of professions out there nowadays in 2019 that allow one income family to raise one or two children. Like, my wife's going back to work here, hopefully within the next month or so we can get back to having two incomes. It's not because she wants to just leave her kids at home. It's because it's what you have to do as a family. It's what works for us. Yes, I don't get to see my wife quite as much, but it's what works. So if you're going to sit there and judge me or judge my mother, my children's mother, or my wife for how we're handling our life, and for her working, or for her having a supplement, or us having a supplement, feeding our children, or because my daughter is overtired and having a breakdown, let me see you be a perfect parent every single day. I want a freaking camera on you and a microphone on you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for at least 6 months. Let's see it. Let's see it. Reality show. We're going to catch up with the Johnsons here and see how perfect they are. See Mary Poppins come out as their children's having a temper tantrum. Let's see them come out and get them calmed down, and perfect little children then, right? I don't know. It's just, I don't understand how we've gotten to this point in society that we just want to drag each other down every single day. It just doesn't make sense to me. If it makes sense to you, please enlighten me. Shoot me an email, shoot me a message. I want to chat about this here. Also, if you disagree with me, if you think that it is more productive to sit here and criticize and judge each other. When I say criticize, I don't mean giving constructive criticism to help make someone better. That's different than just sitting there like, look at this piece of shit father. He's letting his kid just run wild in the grocery store. Bro, I've been up for 16 hours. I just want to go home, eat dinner, and go to bed. My kid's been up, hasn't had a nap today. Cut me a break. I'm working on it. So, everyone, please, first step after this podcast, go to all of your social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Unfollow every single page in person that you see that you would consider toxic. Every single page you see on there that no matter what gets posted, there's always these negative comments that drag people down. Get rid of that. All of these pages you see that the posts are negative or dragging down, get rid of it. The people in your life, I don't care if they're been your best friend since you've been 3 years old, or if they're your brother, cousin, third cousin, second aunt twice removed, I don't care. Delete them. There's no room for that. You don't need it. Your family doesn't need it. Your children doesn't need it. That's clouding your mind and introducing negative feedback into your life that you don't need. Again, you have 100% control of the content that you see come through in your entire life almost, especially social media. Please do this. It's going to help you. All right. So keep on. That's going to be the end of this one. I know the last one was pretty long. Keep on checking us out every Thursday for the Dad Den Uncut. This was episode 2. Try to keep it a little bit shorter because I know the last one was quite long. So I appreciate you bearing with me through this. This is just another one of the topics. We got a lot coming up here over the next few weeks. I'm going to be doing a podcast right from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee here within the next couple of weeks as well. So check that one out. That's going to be awesome. I'm so excited for this thing to really pick up some steam. So please like, share, comment, everything on this. Get the word out about the Dad Den. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel here. If you're on YouTube right now, right below this video, go ahead and click that red subscribe button. That way you'll get notifications every single time a new podcast airs to remind yourself to check us out. All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in this time around. Again, my name was Matt. Thanks for looking at the Dad Den Uncut. Check out the website. See you guys.